I will give a quick overview and an orientation to practicing silence, slowing down, quieting down, listening and being with God. And then I will give a quick run through for how to do this practice of silence. When we practice silence, what we're really doing is taking the quiet and the silence around us that we set aside time for, and we give this quiet and silent time to God. Silence is refraining from conversing with other people. Silence is also about the interior aspect of finding a quiet in your mind, becoming still, and turning off the internal noise. So we purposely remove ourselves from other things, the things of noise, in order to be with God, in a posture of listening, with childlike trust, with an awareness of the Father's presence, understanding His goodness is there for us, He's watching over us, and His love is for us. It's a time of calming our bodies, stilling our thoughts, and holding before us the truth. God, you are God. You are holy. There are a few pretty common things that happen during the practice, and so don't beat yourself up about it when it happens. It does happen, and it is very common among everybody. And these three things are experiencing boredom, having anxious thoughts, and having distractions. The important thing to remember about this is just that they will probably come up, and the practice over the long run should be a process in your spiritual life that over time, as you keep engaging, you will grow more comfortable with the practice. It doesn't mean boredom, anxious thoughts, and distractions will go away. It's not the point. They will come up, but the intention is that you're setting aside this time to be alone with God, and it's not about aiming for perfection. So, because it's a process, you want to make it a point to carve out time for this, even 5 minutes a day, for you to practice the quieting of your mind. It will be helpful. So now I'm going to give you the run through of how to do this practice. It is approximately 20 minutes if you have that extended time. Let's say you only have 5 minutes a day. This, the way it's segmented, the way I describe this run through, it can work for even 5-minute practice. So the exercise has 4 parts. It's preparing, getting adjusted, listening, and then wrapping up. So the first segment is preparing, and this takes about 1 minute or more if you need it. You think about your desires, and you begin this practice by expressing to the Lord your desires for this time. Invite the Lord to guide this time. Ask God to help you with quieting yourself. And also have a paper and pen nearby if you need to jot down any distracting thoughts during the exercise as a way to let them go until a later time after the exercise. The second part of the exercise is the beginning adjustment. This will take about 2 minutes, and you just want to be silent and to be still. Start by entering into a slower rhythm of breathing. Take deep breaths, so make sure to inhale deeply and then slowly exhale and repeat. It's a time to get adjusted to the silence. Take in the sounds around you and notice, what do you hear around you? What do you not hear? And remember that the paper is always nearby should you need to jot down anything. The third part of the exercise is listening with God, listening to God and being with God. This takes at least 5 minutes of your time, and the key purpose of this segment is to listen to the Lord and to sit with the Lord. If time allows, the segment of listening to the Lord and being with Him can be extended to 15 minutes. This segment is a time to turn on your ears. It may help if you close your eyes. It may help if you do have your eyes open, if that's what you need to do, to focus on something such as a cross or another spiritual symbol or object like a candle or maybe a photo of nature or anything that evokes a sense of peace and stillness. You listen to God and you listen to the environment around you. And if it helps, you can have a verse as well, or a biblical or spiritual image in your mind to return to if distractions come up. Just gently let the distractions go and return to the main purpose of this time, of listening and of being with God. The paper and pen are handy and there for you if you need to write down distracting thoughts, or conversely, the things the Lord may be saying or doing during this listening period. You can write those thoughts down as well. Be gentle with yourself and recall that you are in the loving presence of God. There's no demand to do this practice, quote unquote, the right way. There is no right way, and there's no aim for perfection. Here we are at about 8 minutes in, and the fourth part of the exercise is the wrap-up. So I'm notifying you of the time here, about 8 minutes, so that if you want to rewind later and you need a refresher for the reflection questions, you can come back to this portion. During wrap-up, you want to take 3 minutes to wrap up with God. Here is a time of moving from listening into a posture of reflection. And you reflect on your experience with yourself and with the Lord. There's 4 questions that you can go through. Firstly, what was this experience like? Especially pay attention to your responses to the silence. Second, what part was most challenging or stretching for you? Third question, what was surprising about today's time of silence? And the fourth question, what was being with God like in this session?